What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Ultra Class Kennels. This is the story time edition. We're going to get into what actually happened to Royce and is he okay or not. Before we get into that story, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And if you already subscribed to our channel, make sure y'all hit that notification button at the top right so y'all can get notifications every time we drop a new video. Hey! I don't want to get no more barking. It's story time edition. Y'all better sit out. Oh, snap. I'm gonna hurt my goddamn arm. Shoot, we're getting crazy, huh? Alright, y'all. It's been long overdue. Long overdue. Let's get into this story about what actually happened to Royce. Why he got into the fight, but not one fight, but two fights. Let's get into this. Now let's make a disclaimer. I don't fight dogs, nor do I condone it, okay? I love the bully breeds, I love the pit bulls. I don't think they should be fought, even though that's where they came from, that's the history. That's what they're born, that's what they were bred to do, that's what they're born to do is to fight. I don't condone that. And I always get calls every now and then of some fool trying to buy a dog from me for fighting purposes. That's why my dogs come with contracts to protect my dogs, to make sure that they're not being fought. Because trust me, if I find out that somebody got one of my dogs and they fighting, hey, it's gonna be some problems. Trust me, believe that. Believe that, buddy. All right, y'all, so this is part one, what happened with Royce when he got into the first fight. Now, as a young pup, Royce has always been super friendly, outgoing. I remember like when we first got Royce, we would walk past people when we were walking, outside on the leash, walking past, and he would break his neck, try to pull away from me so hard just to get to somebody because he felt that he was entitled to people having to say hey to him. Every time we walked past somebody, I don't care if it was like 2 steps later and he just saw somebody, he saw the next person, and he felt like he was entitled to somebody to touch him, pet him, and whether it be a dog, another dog, or another person. That's just how Royce is. That's his personality. That's just what he is. That's Royce. And he was like that for the longest time. And he's still like that as far as humans. He feel like, especially if I'm walking down the street and somebody say, hey man, that's a nice dog. If I say one word to them, he's saying, okay, they're not talking to Kelton, they talking to me, they talking to Royce. I gotta go say, hey, he get the wagging his tail, trying to pull away from me, and then I got, correct them, sit down, stay right there, stay, and get his mind right so we can continue this walk. But that's just Royce, and he's just outgoing, loving, he's just that type of dog. Now he's big, and he may look intimidating, but altogether, Royce is just, a family pet. That's what he's bred for, and that's what he is. Now, all the way through his pup stage, Royce is almost just reaching full-grown adult. He's almost 2 years old. Dogs, they generally become adults at like year 3 or so like that. From the time that Royce was about maybe, I think he was 4 months. Now, at 4 months, Royce was already about 60 pounds. So he was already like, a medium-sized dog. And there's this one time where Royce was out there, and Royce, like I said, he feels entitled to everybody playing with him. If somebody has something that he wants, that he sees them having a blast with, he feel like he has to have it. That's just the type of dog Royce is. So there was this dog. The dog was maybe about 2 years old, and Royce, is 4 or 5 months. But Royce and the dog is about the same height, and Royce has a little bit more weight than the dog, just because he's an XL bully. And so the dog is just playing with the stick. Now, the guy told me that his dog doesn't really get along with other dogs well. Well, not that he doesn't get along, he just doesn't pay them any mind. He doesn't want to play with them. He'd rather play with humans than dogs. And that's just how some dogs are. And he had this little stick. The little stick was maybe about this long, just about that big, and he was playing with it. And then Royce wanted to play with it too. Like, hey, let's play with this stick together. And the dog was just not having it. I mean, he was not having it. He didn't want nothing to do with Royce. He would come to play with me, but he did not want anything to do with Royce. And so Royce was like, man, forget that. I want to play with that stick too, and you gonna come up off that stick, and we gonna play together. So Royce goes over to the dog and take the stick out of his mouth and start playing with it. And then the dog snapped on Royce, like had bit him. And then Royce turns around and it started to go down. Royce turned around to defend now. Keep in mind, Royce is defending himself, so he's not in the wrong. But it only lasted maybe about, 10 seconds at that. Because, you know, we broke it up. You know, we ain't trying to have no Royal Rumble like that. But I was just shocked because Royce was still a baby. You know, a 4 or 5 month old puppy, that's still a little boy. And this dog was like 2 years old, 3 years old, basically full grown dog. And Royce is sitting here going toe to toe with this dog. I'm like, dang, like Royce, okay. You making me a proud father. I know if something hit the fan and somebody run up on me, I know Royce got my back. If he gonna fight and defend himself over a little stick and then run or lay down and submit to the older dog, I said, okay, that's a good deal. Now, I work hard with socializing Royce. I take him to dog parks and things like that just because I know the breed and understand it because I've been around pit bulls my whole life and I've been around, you know, these type of dogs my whole life. So I understand like what could happen if care is not taken. So I did, you know, what I was supposed to, taking them to dog parks, socializing them at an early age. And where we lived, there was a lot of dogs. There was probably more than 20 dogs where we lived in that area. And so he would always interact with dogs. And he never had a problem with any other dog. Never had a problem. And that I can't even say that was the problem because once we told them to stop, like, hey, it wasn't like we had to pull them together and separate them. You go that way, I go that way. It wasn't that type of story. All it was like, all right, y'all two stop. Like, stop. And then they stopped. And then that was it. And then they started playing again. Well, Royce started playing again, you know, like the little annoying kid, like, like, you know, poking at somebody, like doing that. Yeah, that's just what it was. And so that was done with. And so let's fast forward about Royce was maybe 10 months. We moved from that place. We moved for a different place. And Royce still loved himself, still big. And by this time, Royce went from maybe 60 pounds to about 80 pounds because he's about 10 months. So he went about to 80 pounds to 90 pounds, somewhere around there. 95 pounds, somewhere around there. And ever since we moved into this one spot where we used to be before we moved into this house, there was this dog. And he was just big. I mean, this dog was big, looked like he was some type of hound dog. And he hated me. He hated Royce. He hated us. I mean, he hated us. Whenever he would see me by myself and he walking with his owner, he would go off. He would go off. I'm starting to think the dog is racist. Like, he would go off trying to get to us. And keep in mind, we're in an apartment. And so, like, I just think that's like crazy that dog is that aggressive in that apartment like that. Like, it's only a matter of time before something happens. So, I mean, this dog hated us. And Royce is the type of dog, if it's an altercation of another dog going off and going crazy, he's well trained. He's not going to try to run towards the dog, attack the dog. If I pull on him and tell him no, he's going to still look at the dog and keep walking. His tail is going to go up, you know, just like any other dog. But he's not going to be pulling me, trying to get to the dog and things like that. And so I'm walking the dog, we walking past. And so I pull Royce, like, come on. Royce just watched him, like, mug him, like, all right, cuz, as long as you stay over there, you can say all you want. As long as you stay over there, we ain't got no problem. So we always go about our business. This probably happened for a couple of months, like 4 or 5 months. Maybe not 4 or 5, maybe about 3 months. This happened in between. We go into the bathroom, they go into the bathroom, we see him. And it was this white guy who had him. He was about probably a little older than me, a little white guy. He was kind of, you know, heavy set, kind of big. And so, you know, me and him were pretty cool. It was like, hey, what's up, man, blah, 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 whatever. It was just his dog just didn't like us for some reason. The guy was cool, it was just his dog didn't like us. And so, there's this one time where I saw the guy outside and he was walking his dog, but this time he had a pit bull with him too. And he was big like Royce. So, you know, me loving the breed and things like that. And so, what ended up happening is, the hound dog starts to go off. I'm talking about he was going stupid crazy. Trying to get to us. And Royce was just sitting there like a good boy, standing. Now, see, Royce, the dog was kind of close. So Royce was on the side of me, and he moved from the side of me to in front of me. So when he did that, I knew that he was trying to protect me from any potential danger from the dog coming towards me. And so keep in mind, Royce has never been, after this, just that little, little puppy, when he was a little small puppy, he has never been into an actual dog fight or anything like that. And so Royce is just doing, it's just natural. I'm his owner. I'm the alpha male of the pack, and so I gotta protect him, and he protects me. That's just how it works. It goes hand in hand. So he steps in front of me, and so I'm like, okay, Royce is trying to protect me, so it's cool. I let him do his thing. And so I just let him stand, and I'm trying to let the guy walk by, and the hound dog is just going off. Now keep in mind, this guy has 2 big dogs, so altogether they probably weigh altogether, maybe 100 plus pounds. Because the hound dog probably was 100 pounds himself, and the pit bull was maybe 80 to 90, maybe 100 pounds. So he has potentially about 200 pounds dogs that he's trying to hold back. And not only that, the weight, the actual force that they're using to pull away from him. Because the hound dog was pulling. I mean, he was pulling. The guy was you can tell he was out of shape. He really wasn't that strong. He couldn't really hold him because when they were lunged, he was, stumbling forward. So I'm like, man, I hope to God this dude does not drop this leash. Because this hound dog, I'm going to let this hound dog have it. If he try to hurt Royce, me and Royce about to jump this dog. It ain't finna go down like that, because I already know Royce is still a little baby. He's not full grown. This dog is big. I'm not finna let it go down. I decided to look at the dog from a distance, like, okay, like, dang, that's a nice dog right there. Because he did look good. He was a little bit bigger than Royce. Of course, he was older. He was about 4 years old. Royce at the time, Royce wasn't even a year old. He was about 10 months. No, Royce was 9 months. Royce was 9 months old at this time, and the dog was Royce was about the same height, but the dog had a little bit more weight than Royce, and so the dog was pretty cool. He didn't really say too much, the dog, but it was the hound dog again, and I mean that hound dog was acting stupid. I mean, he was going off. And so the guy, he had one dog, he had the pit bull in one hand, the hound dog. And I mean, this hound dog was huge. He was big, like a big dog. And so he had one in one hand, the other one in the other. And so he's walking, and I see him, I'm like, oh, what's up, man? That's a nice dog. He was like, yeah, man, thanks, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, okay, he's walking, because the way it looped around, okay, so imagine this couch. There's like a little grass right here, and then you can go around the corner, and there's grass back there, and then it comes around. And so he was here, and so I went back there, give him space, because I already understand. Knowing how that dog is, something could happen. And so I walked away. And keep in mind, the door, we both came, it's only one way to enter back into the building, and one way out. So we both came from that way. And so I went my separate way, he went a separate way, and I waited for maybe 15 to 10 minutes. Letting Royce use the bathroom, and then I'm staying a little extra just so I can make sure that the guy goes in to the building before, we get there, so there won't be any problems. And I thought I waited long enough, but I didn't. Turns out that when I was coming around the corner, he was like right here. We were right here. And so I'm like, okay. Well, really, he wasn't this close. He was probably like this close, and I was like right here. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop right here and just let him go inside. And we'll call it, we'll do it like that. I gotta protect Royce. And so what I do is I let them go, and they start pulling. I mean, they are pulling like crazy. They're pulling like crazy, so much where the guy falls forward like this, and he fell flat out. And I can see in his face that he was embarrassed that he let them dogs pull him so hard like that. And so me and Royce are still standing back further enough to where he can gather himself and go back. Because he didn't let the leashes go. Thank God he didn't let them go. When they pull him forward, he fall and he get back up. And you can see he was a white. The reason why I say he was a white guy, I say his color, because I want y'all to understand how embarrassed he was. His face turned red, and he was like, he couldn't look me in the eye no more. And it was just awkward as heck. Because I'm like, man, just take the dogs in the house. Ain't gonna be no problem. Just take them in the house. And so as he's gathering himself, he gets up. The pit bull slips out of his hand. The leash, he drops the leash, and the pit bull trots over to us. And so I'm like, oh. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. And so what I do is I recognize the dog's nature. You can tell a lot about what a dog's going to do by his body language. So I'm just reading the dog's body language. Royce is already sending the tension like, okay, it's about to go down. I'm ready. Like, what's up? His tail is curved. He's standing up like this. Like, what's up? Like, what's up? And so he's standing in front of me, but he doesn't move. He just still. Royce is just still. He's just reading the body language. And he's just, just reading. And so the dog comes up to us, and he's wagging his tail at first. And he looks at Royce, he looks at me, and he's sniffing. And Royce is just standing still like this. Like, okay, like, try something if you want to. Try something if you want to. Yeah, bust the move. And so Royce is just like this, and so the dog comes up to us, and I'm like, they got stiff nose to nose, and I'm like, okay, this about to be a fight. Let me try to defuse it. So I do the dog, I like doing stuff like that, like whistling, like, hey, blah, 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 trying to get the dog to calm down. And then the dog bites, he snaps at Royce. Now, before it got to this point, when he let the dog go, when the dog fell out of his hand, he said, don't worry about it, man. He's friendly. It won't be a problem. So I'm like, okay. But when I saw his body language started to change, I knew it was going to be a problem. So the dog snaps at Royce. And keep in mind, this dog is bigger than Royce, and he's older than Royce. Man, when I tell you, Royce was right there toe-to-toe with this dog. I was like, wow. Like, this is crazy. Royce is 9 months old. This dog is 4 years old. Because I asked him how old he was in the beginning. He said he's 4 years old. Royce is 9 months. He has a little bit more weight than Royce, but him and Royce about the same height. And Royce right there going toe-to-toe with this dog. And it only lasted about 20 seconds because the whole time I'm pulling Royce back because they haven't fully locked. I don't know if you've ever seen a dog fight, but for it to get really bad, one of the dogs has to lock on the other. And once the lock, that's when the violent shaking begins, and that's when the ripping and the tearing becomes. It didn't get to that point because I acted fast. So I'm pulling Royce back as the dog is lunging at him like this. And so he's only getting little nippets of Royce, and Royce is only getting little pieces of him. But they're still going toe-to-toe. Royce is not backing down. And then you got to keep in mind that pulling him back the whole time. So he really couldn't, fight fairly because he had me pulling him back and things like that, which is good because, like I said, I don't condone dog fighting. Only time I think is acceptable is if a stray dog run up on you or dogs get loose, like that type of situation, and your dog is protecting you. That's his job, so that's okay like self-defense. But just fighting in general, fighting for money or whatever the purpose may be, I don't condone that. And if you are fighting and you watch this video, I think you should change your mind because these dogs are not for that purpose anymore. So, back to the story. So, the guy comes with the little stupid hound dog. It's really the hound dog's fault because the whole time this is going on, the hound dog is still acting stupid. I'm talking about he's going off. So, he really like the hype man to the whole situation. Throughout the whole altercation, he's going crazy trying to get to me and Royce. Going crazy. And so the guy gathers himself, he runs over, grabs his dog, and he pulls his dogs away. He go in the house, I go in the house, and I'm like, dang. And I couldn't do nothing but smile because I was so proud of him, the way he stepped in to defend, to protect me. And then not only did he protect himself, he protected himself, he defended himself. Now, he had a little puncture in his neck right here. It was about a little hole from where the dog bit him, but it wasn't nothing at all. That's why, I don't know if you guys know, but some dogs, they have a high pain tolerance because that's the way God created them, because they have thicker skin. And as y'all saw, and for those of y'all who know Royce, y'all know I can pull on the screen, I can grab it like that, and he has a lot of skin under there, and that's because of what he's bred for. That's why he was created that way, to have a high pain tolerance. That's why pit bulls or bullies, American bullies, they're good around kids because kids do crazy things. They kick them, they punch them, they pull on their skin, and that doesn't bother them because it doesn't hurt as much as it would with a little Chihuahua. Now, Chihuahua, I know a Chihuahua that'll tear your behind up, but like I said, he had a high pain tolerance. So ever since that altercation, Royce, it changed him. It changed him as a dog. It changed his personality because you got to realize, like, as if a human, like you yourself, if you were growing up and you thought the world was just rainbows, hearts, and candies, and just joyful, happy place, every dog you meet wants to play, every person you meet doesn't want to harm you. You know, he's coming from that kid stage to like the real world. This is the real world. This is a real world situation for him. And so it changed him. And I noticed it right away that when we saw another dog that he didn't know, he wasn't trying to play anymore. He was watching them aggressively, like, are you going to try to come hurt me, or are you going to try to play with me? And as an owner, I understand why he changed. And so now I have to do some rehabilitation with him to let him know that it's okay to trust other dogs again. Now I'm having to do it with wisdom, because if I don't do it with wisdom, it can be bad, and it can alter him for a long time. Now it's going to take some time for me to readjust and reprogram him, because that was crazy. That's like a life-changing situation for him. Now just imagine being so outgoing and just loving and wanting to play with everybody, and every dog wanting to play with you. Then all of a sudden this stupid hound dog hypes up this other dog, boosts him, get him loud, get him crump, all in his ear saying, yeah, go get him, because I can't get to him. And then he goes to get Royce and he bites Royce and they fight. And now Royce's whole body language changed. I mean, his whole body language changed. His whole demeanor's changed. He's still Royce. He still loves humans. I mean, I don't know if he ever gonna stop loving humans. He loves humans, like he loves people. He loves to, so if y'all ever see us out somewhere, y'all can come up to us and say, hey, can I pet Royce? It's gonna be a fine. But your dog, you're gonna have to keep him at a distance now just because of that. Dog ruined it. But I'm working with Royce, and we're gonna find a solution to this problem. And we're gonna get him back rehabilitated to where he's not gonna act aggressive. But at the same time, Royce is getting older, and he's the dominant male, and more of his dominance is starting to come out. He's had 2 litters of kids. He feel like he's the king of the backyard, even though I'm the real king when I go out there. But when I'm not here, and when I'm not at the house, when I'm not here, Royce is the next in line, and he knows that, and he wears that on his. He wears that. He feels that he's a protector. That's just how he feels now, and so. Don't feel bad for Royce, because Royce is tough. He was made for this, and we're gonna get him back on the right track. But at the same time, be proud of Royce, because he's doing what I wanted him to do. I would want Royce to lay down and let that dog eat him up. I would be disappointed, and then I would have to, do some things to get Royce more confident in himself to protect himself, because you never want a scary dog. Because see, like Snow is a dog that's very mild tempered, and she's very shy, and her shyness turns into to be afraid. And Snow has been like that ever since a little puppy. I don't know what happened before I received her, but she's just been like that. She's just very shy. She has to warm up to people. She has to warm up to dogs. And if you're not careful, things like that can turn into aggression, because she can be so fearful that she feels like she has to protect herself, and she can bite another dog. Now, it's never happened with Snow. Never happened. And she's never bitten any human or anything like that. But I am cautious, because I understand and I use wisdom. Like, okay, Snow. Snow understands. I don't typically have any problems out of Snow. She's good. And she's never showed any signs of aggression towards anyone that wasn't, because I'm thinking about the situation with my brother. My brother, he knows how Snow is, and he picks with Snow. He'll jump at her, do all kind of crazy stuff just to get a reaction out of her. But she doesn't do anything. I think she understands that he's just messing with me, so let me entertain him for a minute so he can leave me alone, and then Snow goes about her business, and then she'll come up wagging her tail, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's the only thing. You never want a scary dog, because scariness can turn into a fearful aggression. Like they're saying, you never back a stray dog into a corner, because he's gonna come out biting and fighting. That's just what that is. You never want that. And so thank God Royce isn't like that. Royce is okay. And I'm gonna bring him in here. His little fat behind. I'm about to bring him in here so y'all can see him and say what's up. Hold on, I'll be right back. Come here, fat boy. All right, as y'all can see, here's Roy's little fat behind. Come here. Sit down, big boy. Sit. Sit. Come on, sit. Sit. Hey. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Quit stretching. He just woke up, y'all. He was in there sleeping like a little punk. Come on, don't be wagging your tail. Come here. Come here, they want to see you. They want to know that you're all right. Hey, come here. Get off of my board. Don't be licking crap. Come here, sleepy man. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Say what's up to the people. You want to say what's up? You need a bath too, buddy. But yeah, Royce is okay, as y'all can see. He's doing just fine. This is his big behind right here. He's doing just fine. And so, yeah. If I like this video, go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and comment on this video. If y'all have any stories, Royce, don't knock down my camera. If y'all have any stories about y'all dogs or anything like that, drop that in the comment section. I'm going to be reading the comment section, and y'all know I always like to reply. And let me give a shout out to all the haters and all the naysayers, because I know y'all gonna be in the comment sections talking about dog fighting. So go ahead, if y'all wanna have a verbal fight with me, go ahead and drop it in the comment section, baby. Because I'm right here and I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting to come back to you. Because once you keep the hate up, you're gonna keep my pay up. You know what I'm saying? And then me and Royce we gonna go and spend that money. We're gonna go get some dog treats. And we're gonna stun on y'all like that. So shout out to all my haters. We love y'all, man. We love y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Because let me tell y'all what haters do. This is what haters do. Let me put you on game. Now see, a hater may see this video and he may share it to another hater. Like, hey hater, look, he got a new video, we can hate on him. Let's drop some comments down on this video. All right, hater, now let's share this with another hater. And then next thing you know, you got a line of 10 haters that is each drop a comment each. That's 10 videos shared, 10 views equals 10 comments. And you know I'm gonna go ahead and comment back to the haters. Y'all know I'm gonna say what's up to the haters. Y'all know I'm gonna go toe to toe with them. Because guess what? When YouTube sees that this video is getting comments, they share this video. They don't see if it's negative or positive. They just see it as a comment and they say, okay, well this video is getting a lot of attention. Let's share it so we can get more views on this video. So y'all keep on hating and I'm gonna keep on waiting. Y'all know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to everybody who got love for us at Ultra Class Kennels. We still got puppies available. We still got 4 left, 2 males, 2 males, 2 females. So y'all go ahead and hit us up for some puppies. I got another puppy video coming out right after this one. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all hit the notification button. If y'all watch this video, if y'all been subscribing for a long time, go ahead and hit that notification video bell too, so that y'all can get the notifications when we drop new videos. But like I said, comment on this video, let me know y'all dog stories, altercations and things like that, and let's spread some awareness about this dog fight because it's still going on. And yeah, take care of y'all dogs, take care of yourself, and we gonna be out. Peace.